So, Chris, can you tell us maybe the initial phase of your spiritual journey and how it began with an intense and emotional healing process?
My
Just
spiritual
jumping
journey,
right
yeah,
in.
we're jumping right in, and that's okay. So, my spiritual journey happened because I made a very difficult decision to cut off my parents. I was raised by narcissists. I did not know they were narcissists till much later. And it came to the point of enough is enough. I had a very volatile upbringing, and now that volatility was starting to touch my children and
Oh,
threaten my husband. So I said, I'm enough. I'm done.
right.
I took this abuse my entire life and I'm not going to let it touch my family. So, and then the first step after that was just panic, because when you're raised by people who pretty much threaten you your entire life and you're
Yeah.
scared of them, it's, well, what are they going to do? What are they going to do to try and punish me? So I was terrified. And I decided I needed to go to therapy, and I worked with a therapist that specialized in narcissistic abuse. And she was kind of like the first to really help validate a lot of the things I had dealt with, a lot of what I was experiencing, and helping me understand a lot of the terms, a lot of the tactics,
Mhm.
and how textbook my parents really were. And through this, I started changing a lot of things, and I was really just healing my energy body.
Yeah.
And because of all these little baby steps I was taking, I was opening myself more to spirit, but unknowingly at the time. So things were just kind of surprising me because they were very subtle. And when I started seeing people in spirit, like I'd be having a conversation like you and I are having right
Right.
now, and I would see like a grandparent behind someone's shoulder, and I would be like, oh my gosh, hi. So it's been a process, but that was, I say, was the beginning.
Yeah. So you kind of touched on this a little bit. So how did your ability to hear and see spirits, particularly your maternal grandfather, influence your path as a psychic medium?
My grandfather actually started showing up before I cut them off. And because he had passed before I was born, it was a little easier for me to communicate with him because I uh, didn't know him. So I didn't have anything to go off of. So, a lot of times when we communicate with our loved ones, it can be difficult to be objective,
Yeah.
because we can think it's a memory or what we would want them to say, right? Or
So
behave.
true.
So when he was approaching me and coming to me, everything I'd ever heard about this man had been a comparison to my own father. And I realized, I'm like, he is nothing like my dad. I could maybe see the tendencies, but I was like, this is someone very different.